On this episode of Hot Rod Garage, 1,000 horsepower.
Welcome back to Hot Rod Garage. I'm Tony Angelo. This is not Lucky Costa. It's my buddy Mike Edwards.
Sup? Sup? Lucky here on the west side, buddy. The fun side.
We have an absolute killer lineup for this year.
It's mind-blowing.
Unbelievable. All right? Just about everything is going to be seriously rowdy. Grand National is going to be fast. Bone Marrow, already fast. Crown Hick is getting faster, and there's a whole bunch more. So as you can tell, this is not my usual co-host, Lucky Costa. Lucky went out and got himself some kind of big-time job over there with some guy called Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Maybe you heard of him.
Oh, yeah. Hanging out with Kevin Hart.
Fellas, let's roll!
Me and my fellas, classic Cup boys. Yeah, it's good times right there. It's called double dipping, as they say. So the show's something kind of different. These guys all have great cars.
How exotic.
I get to work on them, and they have a big budget.
Because, you know, I got this thing I do. Boom, boom, and I go. So I got to always be the first off the line.
Dance move or something?
No. It's kind of like when you drive, and you know how sometimes it might get a little loose. You got to bring it back.
Oh, we call that driving.
Good times. I can't complain about it at all. Not one iota.
All right, that sounds like a blast, man, but we're still going to need your help on this episode because we are going big. Now, here's the deal. When I got into hot rodding, cars just weren't that gnarly, right?
No.
BMW M3s made 240 horsepower. Now, minivans all make that much.
Right.
I mean, like, it's craziness. Technology is insane now. You can buy 800-plus horsepower American street muscle cars.
With a warranty.
With a warranty. So here's what I want to do. Can we build something gnarlier than that? I'm talking really big, 1,000 wheel horsepower. Wheel horsepower street car. So we've got a 2014 Caprice PPV. That means police pursuit vehicle. I want this thing to run, idle, cruise, drive on the street, and get to the track and be an absolute monster. So send us a motor that rips.
I'm down with PPV. So what we have here is your standard Boneyard 5.3 LS motor. Show me more horsepower for less money, and I guess we'll start doing that. We're gonna put some crazy goodness into this thing. We got a complete kit from Lunati. We're gonna put in a big old bump stick, giant cam, pistons, rods, everything new. So get a move on, buddy.
So here's the project card, and this was a New Jersey State Trooper car. This thing ran up and down the Garden State Parkway chasing speeders. So you've probably seen one maybe in your rear view once or twice. They are rare because these were never sold to the public. These are what they call fleet only. It's got some cool stuff, some still police vibes for sure. There's no carpet, this is just a rubber mat. Vinyl seats in the back for cleaning up bodily fluids.
No console.
No console, that's where you would have kept like your computer desk and the 12 gauge, I think.
What do you got in there?
There are still evidence bags. New Jersey State Police evidence bags in the glove box. And there's even more stuff in the trunk. So apparently, every time you buy a cop car, you come with a set of these in the
Really?
trunk.
Are we doing this?
Oh yeah, we're doing this. It's got a cop motor. 364 cubic inch plant. It's got cop shocks, cop tires, cop brakes, cop suspension. It's one of the last V8s before we all go electric. So it's gonna make a ton of power with a big old turbo on there. So what do you say? Is it the new Hot Rod Garage Show project or what?
Maybe if you fix the Bluetooth.
All right, so the real lowdown on these cop cars and why they're awesome for this 1,000 horsepower project is that we paid $7,500 for this. That's about half the price of any of the V8 Pontiac G8s. And it's just on a longer wheelbase because it's a little bit different chassis. But I think this body looks cool. I think it's kind of unique looking. But we're going to upgrade a lot of the parts, obviously, to make 1,000 horsepower because you just have to. But if you wanted to make like 600, you could leave the trans, you could leave the rear, and you would do pretty well, you know, on the street. You know, police cars are always really well maintained. And I like the interior is like you could hose it out.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, man.
Yeah, we got lucky with this one. We're trying to go 1,000 wheel, so it's time to get back to the shop and start tearing stuff out of here and making room for a giant Garrett turbo. All right, so we've got our Caprice back in the shop. We're back in our street clothes, and it is time to start tearing out a lot of stuff to make that 1,000 wheel horsepower. You may see this blonde guy running around. It's my buddy Jake. He's gonna help us here and there doing small stuff, and also just making sure everything's taken care of in the shop. This is pretty gross.
This is when things start getting really messy.
Cool. Yeah. A real Mad Max vibe now. Okay, so we have our Caprice PPV fully torn down. Exhaust manifolds off, intake off, all the cooling stuff in the front is off. Now it's time to start mocking up our beast turbo system. Now, here's the thing. This 6-liter LS with 140,000 miles on it is not going to hold up to 1,000 horsepower. It would puke its guts up on the top and the bottom, and who knows?
Yeah, everywhere.
It's a bad idea. So in LA, Lucky is building us up a beast forged bottom end 5.3 that will make that kind of power. Essentially, we're gonna use this tired 6-liter to cram the mother of all turbochargers, a Garrett G42
Big baby.
1450. 1450 refers to how much horsepower this thing can make. 1,450. That's what it's rated for. So this thing is gonna get crammed in there, and it's gonna be really tightly packed, so we're just gonna start, I guess, hanging this thing in there and doing our best to get creative. So follow along. Burp, burp.
Can you guys see my shirt okay? I think these shirts are currently available on hotrod.com. Just saying. So while Tony is building the fuel system and that single giant turbo setup on that minuscule little 6-liter over there, this is where the magic's gonna happen. This is your typical, and you've seen it 100 times on the show, LS 5.3. It's been sent out to the machine shop and been completely machined, honed, line bored, cleaned some more, and then contacting Lenati and telling them what we're doing. They sent us everything brand new. You've got a stock stroke crankshaft, forged pistons, the Voodoo camshaft, all new timing gear, everything new. We're gonna put it in, and then we're gonna take it to the track and break it. That's just what we do here at Hot Rod Garage. Okay, so we got a set of Lenati X beams, so the nice shallow beams right here. It's machined out right there. These are forged rods, Summit forged pistons. We're actually using all new stuff, which is just weird to me. Look, I've been working on this car for an hour and my hands aren't even dirty yet. But there's a thing called gapple sauce, and you have to sprinkle gapple sauce on rings to increase the gap so you can push a bunch of boost in there. We had the guys over at CPR take care of the gapple vision, if you will. It's a fine line between gap correctly and then the way we gap them, where there's too much gap and a lot of compression blows right past them into the crankcase and blows oil and smoke everywhere. It's just how we do it here. One of the important parts here is while you're putting this together, you have to make sure none of these seams line up. And now I'm gonna put this other one on, but I will rotate this seam 180 degrees off. And you do that with every ring, so there's not a clear passage for compression to escape. Bing! It looks happy. So now that these are all together, let's put the crankshaft in the block so we have something to bolt these to. Tony, grab. No, he's not here. So this is a Lenati forged crankshaft. It looks like the machine shop CPR took the time to clearance the cylinders, the block actually, for the new rods, which is cool. Everything feels nice. Going together. Here we go. Yes, you can make 1,000 horsepower with a stock LS, everything, at least once. True to form, that's always how we roll. We're gonna try to use this for more than an hour, more than a week, more than one episode. I'm thinking this is gonna be Tony's driver. I'm just saying. I think he's gonna actually be extra cool now. Okay, so I'm gonna torque these main caps down, in 3 equal steps. 3 equal steps would be 15, 35, and 60. Getting ready to drop these forged pistons into the block. Wipe a little oil down your cylinder. It's nice and flush. This right here is the BFH. And you delicately knock it right down and in. Boom, done. Now I'm gonna have a seat right here and I will put the cap on. So as you can see, the edge of the crankshaft is nice and round right there, whereas the other side, the edge of the rod, is nice and sharp. The chamfered side goes towards the crankshaft. Everybody's working from home, right? Dryer buzzer just went off. You wanna go check your laundry? Hurry, you don't want the wrinkle. We'll wait.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is slap on intake and exhaust manifolds that are gonna flow for 1,000 horsepower. Mike's got the Holley EFI low ram modular manifold, giant ports, big plenum, but also will fit under this low hood. It's got a 105mm throttle body, and obviously with those big ports and a nice big turbo cramming in air, it should help make a bunch of power. And I've got here, this is a set of Hooker turbo LS manifolds, which is awesome that they make this. Essentially, it's one header on the passenger side, one header on the driver's side that feeds a crossover pipe, and they merge to feed one big turbo. I'm gonna hang this big old turbo, mock it up. Is that good? Come on, you have a gantry crane, you're gonna use it, right? Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Perfect. We're gonna have a giant tube here. Up pipe here. Down pipe.
Above that.
Okay, so we're essentially designing this turbo system from scratch and trying to figure out where to put this turbocharger. And one of the things I've learned from building race cars and stuff over the years is that you sort of have to think about the way everything fits together ahead of time, right? And really, we're not gonna have a lot of options. There's certainly gonna be some compromise. It's gonna be really tightly packaged. So we've kind of come to the agreement. The turbo's gonna live right up here in the corner behind the headlight with a little bit of a kink to get everything pointed in the right direction. I am going to make a little flange that we can bolt to the exhaust drain flange, which will hold everything up. We can get rid of the gantry crane and start making pipes, and we'll just tack weld that right to the frame rail, right where we like it, and the turbo will be affixed solidly, just temporarily. That's not bad.
No, it's not, but I think it's gonna nip the tire. Let's try
How
it.
would you ever get the turbocharger out of here?
Are you trying to make it serviceable?
At some point, it'd be nice if we could take the turbo back out.
Wow, that's
Yeah, I like to think about doing work.
Lofty goals.
Come on.
Hold on. Editor's note, I gotta take this. No, that's right, Tony, right now. You talking crap? This is my buddy Spam Risk calling me.
Spam race?
My buddy Spam. I told him he should change his name. No one's gonna answer. All right, so here is our Lenati bump stick, as they said back in the days. Just an adequate amount of lube is all that's really required. This is a roller motor. If it was a conventional motor, then you want to go lube happy. Okay, running out of stuff to put on this motor, which is good because the sun is riding kind of low. And right now we're putting in the hydraulic roller lifters. This is an interesting little design. I guess it's old school, anybody who works on LSs. But this little plastic retainer right here, it also prevents the roller lifters from rotating. The other cool thing is this retainer holds the lifters very firmly. So if you were to decide to change the cam, you could not have to pull the heads, take out the lifters. You don't have to do any of that. You take off the rocker arms, take off the timing in the front, you spin the cam over, so they lift up, and then they lock into this little deal. They stay up far enough for you to extract that original cam and put in a new performance cam without having to take the whole thing apart. Oh, look at that. Okay, so guess what? It's time to put the heads on. These are cathedral port. Looks like we have a 2-inch stainless valve, a 157 stainless exhaust valve, so that's been changed. And the springs have been changed, obviously rated for boost and the cam specs. I'm sure these will be just fine. It's going on. Boom. We're halfway there. You know, another thing I did was I put those studs in there for head bolts. The cool thing about them is they are much stronger than the stock ones. And we don't want these to stretch. Now for the rocker arms. Okay, so here's a little tech tip that I got from my guy over at Hot Rod Performance, Mark over there. And he takes a Sharpie and he marks off the top of the valve right here. And then he installs the rocker with the push rod that he has spec'd out. And this valve is actually compressed, so that's good. Now we take it back off and you will see a mark where the rocker arm is going to be riding. You don't want it riding over an edge. And what that will do is excessive wear on the valve guide. Take a look at that. Yeah. Right in the middle. It's like someone did their math. Okay, so that's a wrap on the long block. This thing's all done with the exception of we're gonna put that junkyard intake on it, take it over to the dyno, break it in, give it a nice mild break in, and then flog it just a little, which is about a fraction of what Tony's gonna do to it when he gets it on the East Coast. But yeah, that's it. Let's get over to the dyno. I'll see you there.
It is another day here in Hot Rod Garage. It's raining today.
Yeah,
gross.
Pouring.
We're gonna get right to work on mounting the intercooler, maybe figuring out the fuel system, and just sort of keeping busy.
So we're gonna make the lower intercooler mount kind of double as a bash bar. That intercooler probably weighs like 35, 40 pounds. It's massive. This square stock's gonna be nice and strong. So we're gonna build this out about a quarter or half inch beyond the intercooler, cut this down, space it out, build some standoffs, drill all the holes, and then we'll get it welded up to the front.
We're gonna spend some money on this episode, which is very unlike this show. But here is actually a pretty affordable piece. This is an On3 5-inch wide core intercooler that was just a little bit too tall for our purposes. So we had Colin in the back shop, who is a wizard, just knock off a little bit. No big deal. If you have a Colin, you can do stuff like that. If you don't, you know, I feel sorry for you. Now listen, if you get a front mount intercooler wrong and you see a straight line of a bumper and then some like cattywampus intercooler fins, it looks terrible. This looks good.
It looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so a little update. I am gonna start just sort of a pipe party because we got mad pipes to make. This is all stainless steel stuff because again, we're getting fancy here. I'm gonna TIG weld it all together, but at first we're just fitting pipes. I'm gonna do a couple small little tack welds to hold it all in place. And once everything is fitted in and bolted up, and I'm talking all the pipes, then I'll sit down here and weld everything up for good. Take your time with the prep, and it's the best way to make sure the finished product is gonna go awesome. And it's gonna make the welding much easier if you don't have to like try to figure out how to fill a bunch of gaps between your pieces.
So we just got done mocking up the stainless turbine side piping. I'm gonna go ahead and mock up the compressor side charge pipes out of aluminum. It doesn't have to withstand the same heat, dissipates the heat better, and it's lighter. So we switched to aluminum for the charge pipes.
So this is what a bead looks like on a beautifully round pipe. Look at that. See that? Oh my God, this thing is bananas. It's a work of art. It's wild. This car is gonna be nuts. And I cannot wait to hear it run.
That is freaking beautiful.
That beauty right there. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do today is install a wastegate which controls boost, which is just really a controlled exhaust leak. It's a valve. This is a 66mm precision turbo wastegate, which is a big, beautiful piece. And essentially, at a certain boost level, boost will lift up this diaphragm, open this valve up, and let that extra exhaust energy out. You can either do one of two things. vent it to atmosphere, which makes your car loud and awesome at full boost, or you can put it back through the exhaust, which makes it a little bit more subdued, a little bit more street car. We're gonna do the first one. I know I said street car before, but let's call it party street car. All right, so Mikey fit up this little wastegate extension pipe beautifully. It's on a compound bend, and it would be a pain in the butt, but he's got it just right. I'm gonna tack it all up. We're gonna make sure it fits, and then I'll weld it all the way around, and we'll hole saw through it to get that exhaust flow to the wastegate. Whoosh. That is pretty damn great. Wow. Awesome. That all fits beautifully. Whew. 1,000 horsepower, here we come. We just need tons of fuel, so we'll head to the back. A ton of horsepower up front means we've got to have a ton of fuel to feed that thing, and this is how we're going to do it. This is a radium fuel surge tank / fuel pump setup, and the way it works is that your stock fuel pump would never provide enough volume at 50 PSI or whatever to feed this engine, but it will keep this sort of bucket full at 0 PSI. It is an awesome setup. It works really well to avoid fuel starvation and like hard launches or you know, crazy cornering, all that sort of stuff. These things are sweet. Ugh. All right, as you can see, Jake's already been back here laying the groundwork for this install. Everything is sorted out. This is a -8, so this is the main feed line to the engine. That's gonna come right out of the top of this thing. This thing pretty much is always full, which is great. And make sure the engine's never starving, and it's got 2 giant pumps in it that are gonna completely feed this motor well over 1,000 horsepower. We've got our 4 lines coming through these little, what are called bulkhead fittings. Just trying to find a home for all these lines. Everything is laying in nice and easy. That looks great. Those look great. Oh. Sweet. All right, bring it down. Okay, so I've got the fuel lines all done up here. The feed line, the supply line between the rails is all dialed in, completely ready to rock for when the new 5.3 gets here, and we're gonna plug it in. Mikey's gonna just connect them to the fuel pressure regulator, tighten everything up, and we are good to go.
All right, let me just tighten up these lines before we move on. What the hell is this? What are you, faking it for TV? I thought High Rock Garage was better than this. Seriously, what do you have to say for yourself?
Stuff is crazy back-ordered. There's a pandemic. There's a ship stuck in the Suez Canal. Global commerce is grinding to a halt. There was a flood. Locust. It wasn't my fault, I swear to God.
You're such an idiot.
Blame Lucky. He's not even here.
Okay, we're over here at CPR Engines. The motor's completely assembled. They got it in the dyno cell. We're ready to fire the thing up. They already ran it yesterday to verify that it had oil pressure, everything was good. Checked out everything I already knew that was put together correctly. Check that off the list. So the motor is somewhat stock, with the exception of it has a Lanati camshaft, Lanati crankshaft, forged rods, forged pistons, lots of good stuff in there, but all to stock specifications. So basically, it's a stock engine with quality equipment and then a specialized turbo camshaft. We're gonna see how that makes horsepower. I'm guessing in the area of 500 horsepower, but then again, I'm not trying to blow this thing up. We're gonna go in there, fire it up, make a couple of pulls, and hopefully upset the neighbors. Okay, so we are in the control center of the dyno cell. This is Martin from CPR. Definitely, if you call CPR, talk to Martin. He has tons of free time to take every call.
Yeah.
Just wait for Martin every time you call.
Hold your breath. Call and hold your breath.
So the motor's all in. Appreciate all that, by the way. It looks great. Now, you've already had it running?
Yeah, well, I got it running at about 1:30 last night. Had to make sure that you weren't, set up for failure, so.
Nice, appreciate that.
Yeah, so let's see what it does. Hit that start button there.
Ignition on?
Yeah. Look at that, Lucky, we got oil pressure.
Huh.
53 pounds.
So how important is the break-in?
Critical.
Okay.
Absolutely, got to be done right, otherwise you're not going to have a long-lived engine.
And there's the myth that you break it in the way you're going to drive it. That's not really the case.
That's absolutely the case.
Oh, really? Okay. So there, you were simulating Tony right there. That was a Tony simulation.
Exactly. We just want to make sure that we have good ring, seat, and seal. Right. And the best way to do that is to get a load on the engine immediately, have you know, a nice baseline tune, making sure it's not too rich, not too lean. So far, so good.
Well, we're at the temperature. Let's make a pull.
Let's grunt it down low, 2,500 to 5,500.
Okay, so the dyno is going to simulate the load between 25 and 55, right?
Right, so we're gonna go ahead and let it run through its pull. All right, and then we get to see what it did. Oh, look at that. We made 396 pound-feet of torque at 5,500 and 414 horsepower.
Ah, 414.
Yeah, our O2s look good. Our oil pressure steady at 72 pounds and climbing. And as you can see, it's not done making power. It wants to keep going.
Speaking of wanting to keep going, so do I.
Let's try 3,500 to 6,000. Making some pretty decent torque for a small engine like this. All right, look at that. 400 pound-feet of torque, 441 horsepower.
441.
And it's still going, still hasn't fallen off. All right, 6,500. Yeah, it looks like we might be out of injector on the big end there, buddy.
Aha.
Look at that, 450.
450. 396 foot-pounds of torque and 450.1 horsepower. You think it went lean?
I think we maxed out this injector, so.
Okay, so we ran out of injector, which means it wasn't actually going lean, but it wasn't as happy as it needed to be. So we're gonna bump up the fuel pressure. We turned up the duty cycle a little bit. We were 85%, you said?
Yeah, now we're up to 90% duty cycle on the injector. We bumped up the fuel pressure to 60 pounds.
And what was it before?
50.
Okay, so
Yeah,
flog it, buddy,
yeah,
flog it.
And we'll take it up to 6,800 this time. All right, so 2 degrees of timing didn't really gain us anything. Let's see what we do. Pull 4 degrees out. We might make more power. Repeats like a champ there, buddy. I think that's all she wrote.
So 450.
That's all it's gonna do. 330 inches, 450 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque.
You can flog it all day long, but that's the formula. That's what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at 450 horse, which is, it's great. It's a great foundation.
Yeah,
So
excellent.
What do you
I mean, this is like
project 20 pounds of boost would do to this thing?
1,300.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
A rule of thumb, 15 pounds of boost, you'll double your naturally aspirated horsepower, so you'll be at 900.
Nice. Okay.
Right, 15 pounds, and then you know, add another 5, 1,300.
I hate saying this, but I think Tony's right again. It's going to be easy 1,000 horsepower. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I feel good about it. I'm pretty confident Tony's not going to do anything to this motor, but have fun and add horsepower.
Just add boost.
So, another wonderful job by CPR.
Yeah.
And me, actually, me right now.
Engine builder
I'm just
lucky.
gonna pat
You
myself
got
in
it
the
done.
back right now. I'm an
There you
engine
go.
builder. Okay, so that's it. We're gonna put this thing in a box. We tried something new on Hot Rod Garage this time. We tried doing it right. We called it right side. It's called the Tom Cruise. We did the right stuff. Something completely new. Yeah, all good parts, all put together right, nice and clean, nice and sterile, no junkyard stuff on there. And now we're gonna send it to Tony and see what he can do with it. And yeah, you're gonna see me screaming like a girl. I'm pretty confident of it.
We'll get you some Depends.
That really depends. So you're not going to see all this goodness in the very next episode. The very next episode is our 100th episode, and we're getting ready to put a lot of goodness into the bone marrow and bring it back from the graveyard. It's going to be crazy. Big thanks to Lenati, big thanks to Garrett and Holly. He's Tangelo96, I'm Mobile Tech Lucky, and this is Hot Rod Garage. See you soon.
Tony, what do you want for lunch?
You got any fried chicken?
This is a shop, dude.
Bring me 4 fried chickens and a Coke.
Come on, let's get back to work.
I'll have 4 fried chickens and a Coke.
Get the hell out of here.
All right. Fine. You done with that fuel pressure regulator yet?
Yeah, just about. No, man, come on. Enough. We're done.
Fine, we're done. We're done having fun, I guess.